This meeting is being live streamed. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Live stream. Okay, I'm going to turn my original sound on. Okay, here we go. This meeting is being live streamed. Yes, it is. Okay.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to shut that. It's still on here. All right, here we go.
Awesome.
Okay, the volume's off on my phone so I can watch it. Okay.
You're such a pro.
I know Jim Lynn is like,
She's got one in each hand.
Jim is rather amazed at how much I've learned in a month.
Really fast.
Necessary. Okay. And I guess if I want this recorded, oh, it's going to be recorded. Well, I can record it too. Record on the computer. Okay, deep breath. Oh, look at the baby. We have a puppy.
We do. Every time you start to play, she starts to cry and wants in my lap and to see where that beautiful music is coming from.
So I would like to flip a camera for a second and thank the person that's sitting here helping me. Marcy was playing headball over there. Okay, we'll flip back to you when we are doing the cards. Yeah, we've been over here practicing. There is in the Zen order that I was in, the bowls that are Japanese are different shape, really thick metal, and you can really strike them hard. And the first time, and this I think was before I started playing bowls, the first time I saw the meditation, it took 30 minutes to do this, 2 bowl players. So, and I can show this. So the first person would strike a bowl, and the second person would not even touch their bowl until the first one rung out completely, which took a very long, these were high quality bowls, took a really long time. And they would start that way, call and response, where once the voice stopped in the first one, go for it, then the second one would go. And then over the 30 minutes, they would get a little faster until they were playing us playing together, until they were playing them together. And it was the most beautiful meditation I have ever seen. They were sitting about 10 feet away from each other. All of us were in a circle, and this was probably 4 in the morning, like we started. But that's how I learned about that meditation. And I do this when I have more than one person in the room. I do this a lot because it's so pretty. So yeah, I had my hand on my heart, and I was only playing one bowl. I was cheating with a helper. So, hi you guys. Merry Christmas. How are you? How are you? Oh, it's so good to see you. Sharon and Kathy and Sandra. Merry Christmas. So, Gale and I decided to do this tonight of all nights because Jen Lynn and I talked about how to support people on Christmas, you know, and it's been in the circles that I have and the clients and friends, it's been a difficult day. You know, it's an interesting time of the year. And the thing that I see this year is more people are willing to even talk about the fact that it's a difficult time of the year rather than pretend that they're all happy. So, you know, for me, and Gail and I talked about this is a do something where we can be of service to the energy that's going on. So I thank you, Gail, for starting this Christmas
Absolutely.
day.
And we're in that group too. I mean, it's and not only a difficult part of the year, a difficult time in our lives and in the history of just existence. I mean, this has been a challenging time.
I've noticed. Yeah, I mean, it's been hard. So I, you know, it's like, ooh, play music, you know, that'll keep me at least being of service, which is a better way to do it. So I thank all of you for being here. And Marcy for hanging out after our Christmas, whatever we did for food with all of us. Everybody left to go home, and Marcy went to feed dogs, and the boat parade that had been canceled a week ago because of crappy weather. I'm watching them line up at the other end of the lake, and I'm like, I didn't know they were doing it. So I found the boat with all of the elves on it. I swear there were 20 or 30 people on that. It was a big boat. There were tons of people on it. They were all screaming because they saw one of their rogue reindeer up on the second story deck of the camera. That was fun.
I swear I'm coming down to see you guys.
I know you are.
It gets better and better down there, I'm telling you.
It's just weird living down here. You know, and there's so few people here. Most of the people that come in, you know, for holidays, none of them are here. They're elsewhere. And so there was me yelling Merry Christmas and a deck with about 20 people on it yelling Merry Christmas. That was it. You know? That was all I heard on the entire lake. You know? Somebody's got to put up the good word for Christmas. Carly. Las Vegas is in the house.
Woohoo.
Sandra said hi to all of us, including the fur baby and Marcy. That was great. So Gail and I were chatting one day by text, and the mouthy ones decided that those are my Hathors, which is funny. Before we got on, I'm burping away, which is what the Hathors do. And I'm like, okay, stop. We gotta be normal. Whatever that, don't look at me like that. Marcy's like, yeah, right. The Hathors were suggesting that Gale and I co-create the Oracle Harmonies, where we do some music and we do some cards, and tonight's the first night. Yay, we're birthing something new. And I know for me, I don't do card reading online. I do card reading with all of my groups and clients. And I really sat down and thought about where did the card things start. And back in the era before smartphones, before computers, before, ooh, I saw that animal, let me Google it and find out what it means. We had the Animal Speak book, which I still have my original, and the original animal cards. And I had a deck of crystal cards because I started collecting crystals about 35 years ago. And we spent hours with the animal cards, the crystal cards, the real crystals. And I was living in the country, not here, but in Texas. So we were always out looking to see what showed up. And that's how, now I just Google stuff. It's really easy, but that's how I learned the doorway into the meaning of both the crystals and the animals was through 2 decks of cards in the early days. And it was just like, wow, it started a long time ago. And it's really, I don't have the original deck of animal cards anymore. I replaced them. I do have the original deck of crystal cards. I've still got, and the James, the Animal Speak book and the original Melody crystal book. It's like,
Awesome. Yeah, those are 2 of the greats too.
yeah. So how did you start in this?
I was thinking back after we talked about that. I probably have been, probably late 80s, I would say. So it's been a good chunk for me too. And I don't remember even how I wandered across my first deck. It was a black and white deck. It was like $6. You know what I mean? And I used that thing for and you just learn, like you connect, you study, and then now there's thousands of decks and so much information. Back then it wasn't necessarily the case. There was Rider-Waite, there was standard decks, but I just kind of, and the Mother Piece was another one. Vicki Noble's Mother Piece deck was huge for me back then. And there was kind of that whole late 80s women's spirituality. Everything was just on fire, and there was so much crazy stuff, crazy good stuff. I think we're ready for another resurgence of that, frankly.
Yeah,
Maybe that's happening right now.
It is. Late 80s is when I sobered up, and I actually had a therapist who was female in the Austin Men's Center, and I worked for the Men's Center. So my doorway into all the women's work was the therapist and all of the things that were in alignment with the men's movement. It was really interesting to get both sides.
Right. Yep.
And then
because then they came along, like when we started our thing, then the men are like, wait, we got a thing too. We're like, no, we're doing our thing because of your thing, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. And but it did come together. And then you did a lot of the vets work. So that was.
Yeah. And I did a lot of with the New Warrior community. When they took things co-ed, I was there. Nice. I was able to help with that. Yeah. It was just really interesting.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's funny thinking back. When did all this start? So Marcy, when did you start doing cards? Because you've been doing them for a long time too.
Well, I started with tarot first of all, and then you can actually, if you use the major arcana as oracle, so that's it's a spin-off and easy to do before all the creative oracle decks came up. And then numerology is my other passion. Mm-hmm. So, and then quite frankly, speaking of cards, I'm a graduate of the CMED Institute I'm an archetypal, certified archetypal counselor. So, and that she created a new deck of what I'm going to call tarot, but really it follows the Jungian theory of light and dark, but they're very contemporary cards.
Is this Carolyn Mace?
Yes. Yeah. And then she also, it's called Sacred Contracts.
Yeah.
And then she also, which was a great thing, superimposed it. So it's almost 3-dimensional. She superimposed it on the horoscope wheel, all the 12 houses. And then you stack up 3 times. The time of like now, the time of what's happening around you, and then the actual divine message. So it's quite an interesting thing. And there's a birth chart that you create, and it's very, very cool. So
Yeah.
I've had cards in my hands, for years and years.
We all have.
Cards and numbers.
Cards and numbers.
Yeah.
And I've got her archetype deck, but I've never used it like that.
Yeah, that's what I wanted you to.
We're gonna
do that.
We're gonna have her do a class on that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh, please. Yeah, that's wonderful.
So, all of y'all out there, how are you? How was Christmas? People listening, if you have questions or comments, we're only on YouTube tonight. So have at it with the questions of how was your Christmas? We're reaching the end of it. Yay! I tend not to like holidays, so I guess like, yay, it's almost over. Yippee, yippee.
I love birthdays though.
Birthdays are fun. Okay, hang on. I'm trying to figure out how to flip the camera again. Okay, there we are. Get the close up again. Beep, beep. Oh, and you have this beautiful goddess picture back here. Speaking of birthdays, this was Marcy's birthday present to me, this creation that she.
That is a portrait of you, is what it is.
Yes, including my silver gray hair. So I love using this as a backdrop. Okay, camera is.
The goddess called you.
The goddess called me. So peaceful and quiet. Yeah, that's the kind to have.
That's the best kind.
Yes, we had fun. So you pulled cards already, or did you pull cards already?
I did not. I'm ready to go.
Go for it.
Pull one.
Yeah.
You know what we're gonna do is in this week,
Am I supposed to know what we're supposed to do?
no, the Mother Mary Oracle. Because it was inspired. I have like
script
scripts of things here. And Marcy's painting was so inspiring. That style is just so heavenly. So we're gonna pull I'm gonna pull one from Elena Fairchild's Mother Mary Oracle.
Hey,
Since
I
we
have
see-
that. It's a fun deck.
All right. Our Lady of Peaceful Change. Ooh. Awesome. All right, let me find it. 12. That's the other thing with the new guys. You don't really, back in the day, you kind of learned a system, but now with all the Oracle cards, they kind of go their own direction. So you kind of read everything.
There we go.
There we go.
Gorgeous.
Okay. Change is coming to you now, my dear child. It is a change that has been triggered by the loving prayers held deep within your heart. This change does not have to be difficult for you. Trust in me, and I shall ensure that you are supported through this change, that you are held safely and securely in my heart as you transition from one way to another. I would like you to use your energy for more worthy purposes than unnecessary worry. Trust me a little more and know that changes you are encountering now or soon will are actually the blessings of my answer to your prayers.
It's such a sweet deck. I mean, the writings are
Such a gentle, sweet, amazing deck.
Yeah, oh, that's pretty.
Ugh.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yes,
I think I'm going to punctuate that with a few bowls, and then we'll go to the
please.
card. Okay, we're going to play some stuff over here. Adjust myself on the cushion. Let's see, I think I'll start with you guys. That's a good idea. Okay. Okay, original sound is on. So everybody take a deep breath with the bowl. This one is actually a power bowl. It's the Dantian in martial arts. It's the belly button bowl.
I feel pretty healed. I don't know. I'm feeling it flow. I also have one little thing to share with us. So I got a really incredible gift last night from a couple of my nephews and my soon-to-be niece. And this is Amanda Gorman. She is the first ever youth poet laureate for the nation, right? I love her with all my heart. And the kids got me this beautiful likeness of her. Somebody painted with a quote from her speech, actually from the inauguration speech. Okay. For there is always light if only we are brave enough to see it, if only we are brave enough to be it.
She's an
Love you,
amazing.
She lost at Scrabble. She tweeted last night she was devastated, but I love you, my girl. I don't care if you lost at Scrabble. She was tweeting that she was quite distraught, but you know what? When you've got this going on, I don't care if you lost.
Yeah, exactly. So Marcy, how do you want me to hold the card up to the camera and you can tell us what's going on?
I did want to mention one thing as you said about the Tantian. I work with animals, as you know.
Yes.
And it's the same. People do not understand that dogs.
Yes.
That they need to have something around their neck when their Tantian is really in their chest, like a horse. And I don't know if everybody knows, but the lead horse is in the back of the pack. And he's leading, as you see horses running wild.
Interesting.
He's in the back of the pack with his energy coming from his Tantian, which is the chest.
So his chest is pointing out and guiding everybody.
Yes, it's just to understand that and to watch it is something just so amazing.
So would that be true with dog sleds?
That probably is the case, except they do have the lead dog in the front. So I would have to.
That's interesting. That makes sense.
Study or look into that, but it is very true with horses.
Yeah,
and horses never lie. You know how?
Yeah, we know how horses are.
So
where's Carly?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
So this is from a Starry Beginnings Oracle cards, and it has to do with the cosmos galactic and. This is number 38, which actually reduces to an 11, which is a master number in numerology, which is light worker number. And it's called Dream Big, Dream with Your Heart. Dream big. There's no point in dreaming small because you think that's all you deserve or all you'll get. That is when the mind and fear is involved. Dream with your heart, lead with your heart. Your heart knows that you deserve everything. All that you dream of, all you deserve the best. The heart knows you can achieve this. Forget about how, the universe takes care of that. Focus with your heart on what. You know the heart is involved when you love what you are wishing for. Love is the feeling. Love is the creator. Fear is the tear it down feeling. So love, love, love the dream. Build it up with love. Build it with love. Create with love as your energy. When you love, you can create anything. Your heart is open. Can you feel it?
Mm-hmm. Okay. For those of you who are, thank you. For those of you coming on, I snuck somebody else in here. There's Marcy. Marcy is the artiste that gifted me this beautiful
self-portrait.
I know, I'm having trouble owning that.
Yeah, it's you.
Gorgeous portrait.
That's how we see you.
She's even got the hummingbirds on there. Johnny's here. Okay,
and they do have a couple more additions when you're bringing to that.
I know, I see that. So I think we need to punctuate that one with music too. This time I'll keep the camera out here so you can see what I'm playing because I'm going to go to the gong now. Okay, guys. Deep breath.
Namaste.
So what I've been doing is, see my little bells?
I saw that was wonderful.
I did it by accident the other night at solstice. What I'm doing is I'm dingling the gong with the bells just to brush on it, which was fun. My reindeer antlers are a little.
Prague has never been used like that before.
Hey, if it's got metal on it, and I can turn it into an
Yes,
instrument, I'm
exactly.
in. That's what I do. So I decided to pull from both of Denise Lynn's decks that I have, Nature Spirit and the Sacred Forest. And it was really interesting because the Native Spirit one, I pulled Grandfather's Sky. I can get these straight. And this is all about expansion and the universe connection. And it's that when I do heaven and earth meditations, it's Grandfather's Sun is up there and plug into him and get the amazing expansion energy. So this was all about, but the question I asked was, give me the messages of where we go beyond this door through Christmas, like what's next. And so pure expansion. And then I pull from the Sacred Forest deck and I get Foggy Bog, be patient. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened to the expansion? And it was such a funny I love Sacred Paradox because the Foggy Bog, and I live on a lake that, it's not a bog, it's a lake. And when the water is warmer than the air, which has happened a lot this winter, fall, whatever I don't know what the season is here, but whatever we're in. And there are days when I get up where I cannot see the lake. It is so veiled in fog. And then as it starts shifting and the sun comes up, it's like you can see the mist coming off the lake, and then the big tendrils of fog will go away. And for me, that's the metaphor of what the foggy what the foggy bog means, because it's about being patient. And I'm sure nobody else does this, but when I'm going for expansion, I get a little impatient.
You think?
So it was actually a perfect marriage of energies, because the card talks about, and I do that when the fog is out, it's just this, like everything's quiet and dense. And I love taking pictures out there, like, okay, I know there's a lake out there somewhere. Somebody lost my lake. And what the card talks about is to actually just sit with it. Sit in presence, sit in present moment, and be aware of what's going on within me, within us, and have the spiritual patience to intend the expansion. Because eventually, unless it's a rainy day, that fog lifts and the beautiful blue sky comes out. And I mean, I have literally taken videos of that, the whole process of pea soup fog into bright blue sky, and the clouds of fog that sit on the water because there's a temperature difference. So they're perfect. So what comes next for us? Be patient and expand. Sacred.
Yes. And we are in that dense, quiet time of the year too. We're right in the heart of it with the solstice, it's definitely.
Yeah, it does go big. Yeah, these cards all match really well. I love
They do. This one, I was just thinking, she just told us, hang on, I got you in the palm of my hand. It's here for you. Just wait. And we got this. So they like go, all three of them go together, like all three of our pulls. It's incredible.
The three of us are in a women's group together that I run. So, and we pull cards all the time. And this is the thing that I love about Oracle cards is, even though we may be pulling for ourselves, we're getting information for our own personal growth, the whole circle of information that comes in a group, because my groups are keep them small, the whole weaving of the web of the information that comes in when everybody's got an oracle card, it always works. It always gives an overall message that, people are like, "Ooh, can I borrow that card?" And it's like, yeah, of course, we're in the same group.
There's no borrowing. We are the cards.
Here creating this. So
We are very interconnected.
Jen, Lynn, and Jodi, hi, beautiful ones. Yeah, and thank you very much, Jen Lynn, for reminding us that we were doing this. We came in on Zoom instead of StreamYard, and StreamYard is the one that goes, "Yo, by the way, they're doing this later." So we're going to go back to StreamYard.
We're going to be.
After antler season is over. I love these things. I've had these for so many years. They do not even stand up.
I love those. And after I saw those the other day, I was like, I'm going to get something. And nope, didn't happen.
Well,
those are the star antlers.
These are the goofy antlers. And, if I got to be a reindeer, they're going to be goofy. And it was so funny. I have a woman here in the village that I found on Nextdoor app who has an business called Kathy's Kitchen. Kathy is one of the best bakers I have ever met in my life. And I buy breakfast muffins from her. So I go tootling over to her lake that she lives on Wednesday with my antlers on, which, the people driving past me are like, "Okay, she's a little strange. Pickup truck with antlers on." Yeah.
Too bad for them.
I know. And I, and we're laughing about the antlers. And I told her, she didn't know this, that reindeer in the winter, the female reindeer keep the antlers, the males drop their antlers.
Yes.
So
they do.
The whole crew that flies Santa's sleigh, the girl tribe. I was telling Kathy this, and she's like, "Cool." Like, "Yep, where are my antlers?"
I love it. Yep, the men do drop their antlers.
It was a very long time until I knew that. I was like, that's interesting. So, anybody have any questions out there in YouTube land? It's very quiet.
Rosie is here to take all your questions.
Oh yeah, the dog oracle.
He's just not letting up tonight.
Hey, I love having, that's
That's like, I want to be in the action. I'm going to start barking if you don't get me up there. So
it's perfect. She is so pretty.
she's been a very bit naughty this year, so we're not going to talk about it.
Oh, she's been naughty.
Oh, I can't even tell you. So we're just going to sit here quietly.
We have been on for an hour. How do we manage that?
Oh my God, what did we say? 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, stick to our goal.
Jesus.
Has it been an hour? Oh my God.
I'm trying to find the clock. Okay, so we're going to close with a little bit of music about that. Let me do this. No, he's a better timekeeper than me. Time is an illusion. Okay, how am I going to do this? I need that one. So I'm going to gong behind you. No, you have to move. You're okay. I promise not to hit you.
That's okay.
And then we'll bell out after that. So may all of you have a blessed dream time tonight. And the prayer I've been saying all day is that the Christ consciousness love and the Mother Mary love be a part of us at all times in our hearts, so that we can drink from that well when we need it and offer it up. That was fun. Okay, so much
That
for
was awesome.
It's Christmas. Marcy, thank you.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas, Gale.
Merry Christmas. Good to see you, Marcy.
You too.
So,
Thank
Marcy,
you, Jodi.
thank you, and all of you who came on.
Yay.
I
Thank
need
you,
now.
everybody.
Okay, hang on. We got it. Okay, these little puppies.
Oh, Koshi chimes.
Koshi chimes. Google them. There will be, yeah, you got some too. They're made in France. They are bamboo, and there is actually glass dingy thingies on the inside. They're beautiful. And the set I have of 4 are the 4 elements: earth, air, water, fire. And they make others. And if you Google them, the best price we've seen out there is all 4 for $200 or $50 a piece, which is what I paid for mine about 12, 13 years ago. I've seen them as high as $75 a piece as well. So yeah, they are, oh my God. And they, if you see the rack I have here, I have a Koshi Chime Rack that's a little version of that same wooden rack, and they all hang on that. And there have been times where I put the rack in front of an open door. It didn't last an hour. My light just went out. There are times that I'll put the rack by an open door when there's a breeze blowing in, and they will, because of their little flappers, they will act like chimes and just dingle through the whole whatever I'm doing. They're amazing. So yes, Johnny, you need it. He's Googling now. Really nice. Oh, you know, I'm going to show you something that they do. I don't do this very often because I don't want to break them. But my bowl guy, who is now on the other side of the veil, he taught me to do this. So you can dingle them. And actually, it's a whole different chime sound. Yep, Johnny needs to add to his instrumentation. Thank you, all of you all, for our first inaugural Vocal Harmonies. We intend to do this more often. We'll try to get down to 20 minutes, but good luck.
We just said we were going to do it, but you know what? It is what it is.
And
if you're thinking I'm going to be the time person, that's an error right there.
It must be because we have a third person. I think we can go this long anymore.
And to all a good night.
Good sound. Yeah, it does sound like a celebration. And I learned to do that when I had a client on the massage table, and actually do that. I love ringing them over somebody's body because it's like sound massage going up and down the body. Yeah. Thank you all. This was really fun. I enjoyed this.
Awesome. Oh my God, what a blast.
We'll do this again. So
we'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back. Maybe the antlers. I don't know what's the next holiday.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. I'll get little hearts that go ding. Well, my
President's Day.
My Christmas tree is actually a purple blinking Halloween tree. So
I love that tree.
It's going to stay here and be adorned with whatever season.
Whatever the season, yeah.
I know how to keep my trees going. Thank you. The session is too short. We thought we were going to do 20 minutes. We went for an hour. Oh, this is going to be interesting. It's like, yeah, then, it's 20 minutes is enough of being
So we thought that's enough of us, and then no, it's just
Oh my goodness. So
thank you.
I know Johnny and Jen Lynn have a bunch of stuff coming up. I don't remember what. Johnny, you've got one of your, aren't you on one of his soul talks, Gale?
Yes,
When is that?
on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
Okay, so New Year's Eve with Johnny and Gale and a bunch of other people. And Jen Lynn and I have we have another Sacred Sounds of Coffee on January 3rd, and I was just gifted the coffee cup today. That is for that one. Like, oh my God, this is so perfect. Carol and Eric gifted me that. And then if my co-facilitator for Alchemical Wisdom comes in out of the wilderness tomorrow, I will have one of those in his park.
No.
Well, he goes remote once in a while, and he's like, I got a really bad signal. I'll try to get in. I'm like, yeah, good luck. So that would be your computer says we've been on 21 minutes.
Huh.
That's weird. Mine says an hour and 4.
We're 7:43, so but that's what my phone said.
Okay, so we've been on 4. We started at 7. Okay.
We did.
So we split
We
that.
were pretty close.
Thank you. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Time is not my friend, so
Time is not linear anymore. Crystals, yes. Oh, I love crystals. That's one of my favorite things to play with. Johnny's busy ordering Koshi.
They're addictive, honestly.
They are addictive. I love them. Yeah, Jen Lynn's tree is great. And I love, Gale, I love your tree. That is really
I moved the whole place around so I could get the tree in the back. We'll call that pulling a Jen Lynn.
Yeah, we're pulling Jen Lynn.
At least for the next week.
I thought about yanking that purple tree over here. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think we need to go now before we get really crazy. Much love to all of you out there, and I appreciate all of you being here. Just a little bit. 2 hours next time.
Oh my God.
We could probably do that. Merry Christmas, y'all. I know I'll be on at some point over New Year's. I have been doing an event on New Year's Day for, I don't know, 25 years now. It's a paid event that I will do on Zoom because I'll probably do a combo of Zoom and here. And I do a burning bowl, and I do a very interesting way of journeying to let go of what needs to go and call in. And I was taught this by somebody in Canada. She'd been doing it for 15 years before I met her. And we call in a word that's the theme for the year. And all of us think we know what the word is before we ever get to the event. I mean, it's really funny. And the shamanic journey allows the universe to give us the word. And it's like, that wasn't the one I picked. It happens to me all the time. It's the one the universe picked.
That's right.
That'll be New Year's Day at some point. And oh guys, I love you. This has really been fun coming online. I was very resistant to do this in the beginning when it started. And I really want to thank Jen Lynn and Johnny and Adrian for being the catalyst to get me and my fuzzy butt here online and my antlers. So thank you. Thank you, Gale. It's fun playing with you.
Thank you.
And Marcy.
No problem.
Good night.
Bye, guys.
Okay.